Hi there and welcome. I'm Coach Tanya here at Criticalbench, and what I have in this video for you today is a series of 3 balance tests going from beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And I'm going to do these with you. What you're going to need is a phone because these are timed, so we're going to be timing how long we can hold each of these balance poses. And what's great about these balance tests is you can do them absolutely anywhere. You don't need to be in a gym. You can stop and do them in your office. You can do them in your kitchen, your bedroom, your living room, just about anywhere. Something else you might want to make sure that you have available is a chair. I'm going to grab a chair here. All right. Just to support yourself. We don't want anybody falling over, including myself, or a wall. Just something to give you a little extra support while you're getting into the hold or the pose, or if you start to feel wobbly, all right? Because as we do get older, our balance can become a little bit compromised for many reasons. It could be due to, just simply aging. Our balance, becomes not as good as it was in our early days. Another reason why balance can become compromised is injury, vision. Any compromises in vision, if your vision's starting to go a little bit, things like depth perception and just navigating unstable or unflat surfaces can become a little tricky. So doing balance tests is a great way to see where you're at, and you can just do what you need to do to make sure that you're always safe and moving in a way that you're not going to hurt yourself. All right, so for the first test, here is what we're going to do. Okay, so if you've got your phone handy, just set your timer for running time. And the first test, beginner level, very simple. Stand with your feet together. You want to make sure your ankle bones are touching, all right? And you're going to cross your arms over your chest like this, and you're simply going to close your eyes, all right? Now, if in doing this you start to feel wobbly, then please reach your hand down to touch either the wall or the chair. And if you do stop in the next few seconds, just make note of the time, all right? Now, at this level of a balance test, you should be able to hold it for 60 seconds. So I feel pretty confident I can hold that one for 60 seconds. I'm not going to stay this way, but that is sort of a baseline, 60-second hold. Okay, so moving on to a more intermediate level balance test. What you want to do is have a chair or wall handy to get into the pose. So feet are not together, they're about shoulder width apart, and what we're going to do is just lift the one leg bent at the knee, okay? Now let go of the chair and let's just see how long we can hold this one with our eyes open. Now a good baseline again for this is people 60 or younger should be able to hold this pose for about 29 seconds with their eyes open. And if you can see my foot, it is wiggling a little bit. I do have a few issues with balance. I've had some nerve damage in my back, things like that have just made my balance not as good as it was, 15 years ago. So yeah, I'm wobbling. All right, now if you can do that, you can try that with the other leg. If you were able to do 29, 30 or more seconds holding that pose, do the same thing, but this time close your eyes and see if there's any difference at all in the length of time you can hold the pose. Now I actually want to try this because I was so wobbly with my eyes open, so let's see how I do. Hands on the hips. Here we go. Okay, I was more wobbly. I can hold that a bit longer, but you don't want to sit here and watch me holding my leg up in the air. So I can definitely hold that past 29 seconds, but I'm definitely much more wobbly on one foot than I was standing with 2 feet together. Okay, so now the third balance test, which is a bit more advanced, and this one actually has me a little nervous because I was practicing before shooting this and I'm not doing very well with it. But here it goes, okay? Now for this one, definitely if you were wobbly on any of those first 2 tests, please have a chair, a wall, something handy to grab onto if, so that we don't want you falling down. So for the third test, again, you want your feet about shoulder width apart, all right? Hands around your hips. You're going to take one foot, pick whatever foot you want, and just lift it up a little, okay? So it's resting against the calf. Now what we're going to do on the supporting leg is raise our heel off the floor. You don't have to come right up onto the highest point on the ball of your foot. You're supposed to raise your heel. Ah! Okay, see, I'm terrible at that, and I'm just not good at that. I think I got maybe 10 or 12 seconds. Our cameraman will know for sure, but I only got about 10 to 12 seconds. That baseline they're suggesting, a good baseline on that is about 20, 21 seconds. So I didn't need that. Oh well, that's okay, because there are things that we can do to improve our balance, and I'm going to show you those and talk about those in another video. But right now, you've got 3 different balance tests you can do. I really encourage you to try them, and I also encourage you to not get discouraged if you find you're wobbly or balance isn't as great as you thought it was, because there are ways and things and exercises you can do to improve that. So there you go. Give those a shot. Wherever you are, just stand up and get a timer, see how well you do, all right? Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Coach Tanya here at Critical Bench. Have yourself a wonderful and super fit day.